we're just going to start seated in a comfortable seated position, whichever suits you best. And then just take a couple of deeper breaths. Maybe just sigh the breath out the mouth to begin with. And as you maybe take your eyes closed, you could just start to bring the attention or the awareness down into the body, sort of out of the mind sky and down, maybe into the heart or even into the floor, down to all the parts of you connected with the floor. And then just take the left hand and place it on the heart and the right hand on top. And that just sort of helps encourage the energy down towards the heart so that the mind, we can sink out of the mind and into the heart a little bit more. So feel the shoulders just relax and the jaw just loosen. And with every exhalation, let the mind sink down into the heart and start to let the heart breathe so that you can feel the chest rising into the hands. So the soft, just the hands held softly in front of the chest. Because in our head, we just can get into all sorts of stories about anxiety and expectation and fears. All sorts of stuff goes on in the head, planning. And that can just really burn us out sometimes. So just dropping down into the heart where our truth lies can be really nourishing at any time of the day, really. And you could just now feel, now you've been breathing there for a while, feel if there is some message in the heart about your practice, about what you need from your yoga practice this evening. And let that guide you for the rest of the time we're together. And so we'll just blink the eyes open and we'll turn the hands downwards into a downward facing triangle. So the thumbs and forefingers are together. And you send them down towards the floor and then up and overhead. And then you bring the little fingers together and the thumbs together and draw this lotus flower down to the heart. So the fingertips are open and the base of the palms are together. And then you inhale and press the palms together. And exhale, send that triangle down to the earth. Inhale to reach up. And exhale to bring the lotus flower down to the heart. We'll just do it a few more times. Exhaling down, sort of acknowledging the connection with the earth and with the sky and everything above. And down through your higher centers into your heart. Inhale, press the palms together. And another time as you go down, then just connecting, traveling through all your chakra points as well. And this time, instead of coming down to the heart, we'll go wide with the arms, all the way down. So you sweep the arms wide and get a nice shoulder stretch and bring the hands up to the heart. So exhaling to go back down. And if you like, on the way down with your arms, you could add a little Ah sound vibration. Ah. Bring the hands back together. The next one will be ooh. And it's fine if you just want to listen to the sound as well. Exhaling the ooh sound. Ooh. Exhaling, the hands go down. Inhaling, they come up. And the last sound is mm. The last sound that I should have said is actually om, so all of them together. So if you would like to do an om, this is the ah, ooh, and then just settle for a moment. The hands can rest back down on the legs. And then we'll just blink the eyes open. And we'll come to a position with the, so it's mermaid kind of position. So the left foot tucks in by the bum and the right foot goes by the knee. And then from that position, we can just interlace the fingers and stretch the arms up. And then just some kind of swaying from side to side and just feeling where you want to create space in the back and the sides. And then we'll take the left hand down to the floor and press the right palm up towards the ceiling. So that it feels like quite a nice stretch on the inside of the arm. And then sitting back up, and we'll look towards the left leg and just take the hands down to the left. So you're just looking towards the left hand side. A gentle twist. And then looking back to the centre, we just take the right hand to the floor and kind of lift the left hip up. So you're looking towards the right hand side. Just that you get a stretch there. And then circle the left arm. So you're creating nice big circles and opening in the armpits and the shoulder. Just another 2 circles there. And then leaning into that side, you can just let the legs come out so you can just easily swing over to the other side. So then the feet are tucked up to the right hand side. And then we'll interlace the fingers the other way around. So if you could do it the awkward way around, press the palms out. And then just create some space. Like you're moving all the ribs away from each other. And then we'll take the right hand down to the floor and press the left palm up towards the ceiling. So we're kind of grounding the left buttock and then bending the right arm to allow you to take a deeper stretch if you want to. And then sitting up, and we'll face the right hand side and take the hands down towards the shin. And we'll turn back to the centre and round to the left hand side. So the left hand comes to the floor. The right hip just lifts forwards until you get that nice stretch on the front of the leg, and then reaching forwards with the right arm and swooping nice big circles. You can follow the circles with your eyes as well, just making it quite a mindful movement. And then we'll just do another 2 circles here. And then when you come back down, we'll go to all fours for a cat. Flexion of the spine. So just dipping the head down on your exhalation and lifting the head up on your inhalation. So the spine starts to move like a wave. And then if you just want to sort of move in any direction, exploring that cat position, if you want to maybe get into the neck or the hips. So just moving freely for the next couple of moments. And then we'll come to sit back on the heels, reach the palms away from you and bring the forehead to the floor. So we'll lift the head and then walk the hands forwards a little bit, so you come up onto your knees but your hands are further forwards, and then let the right elbow come to the floor and bring it horizontally in front of you so it just folds in, and then you can sink back. So the bum will stay high and the forehead will come towards the forearm or towards the floor. So quite an intense one on the armpits and the shoulders. And if you want more stretch there, you can always bring the chin to the floor instead. And then just lift up and we'll come to the other side. So coming back onto the elbows and let the left arm come across. again, back to all fours, and we'll just stick the right leg out to the side. So you've got the toes kind of facing forwards-ish, and then just rocking backwards and forwards. So you should feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh. And if you want arm strength, you can always do a little press up as you come forwards. That's an optional extra. But really just easing out the inner thigh. And then just coming to stillness with that position. And we'll lift the left hand and sweep it underneath the right. So you're going to come down onto the left hand side of the head for a twist. And if it's not comfortable, you can put a cushion or book or something under your head. See how that goes. If that really doesn't feel that it's doable, you can do it from upright and just hold on to the right leg. Then the right hand can reach up towards the ceiling or drop behind the back, sort of holding on to the left thigh, or it can stay on the floor. And then let's reach the arm back up again and bring it back to the floor. So you can press into your palm to lift back up. Bring the knee back in. And then we're just going to extend that same leg, the right leg out behind, and rotate through the ankle. Rotate both ways. And then hold the leg straight. Inhale and lift the head, lift the foot. And as you exhale, strong exhalation and bring the knee in towards the nose. So we'll do that, just build up a bit of a rhythm with that movement. And you can move as fast or as slow as you like with this movement. Just one more. And then we'll just circle that knee out to the side. Open up the hip a little bit. And then as you reach the right leg back, just touch the toes down to the floor, touch the heels down, and swing the left leg out so you can just reach the right arm up. So you're just creating a long line. The left hand, the left knee, the right foot. So you come from your kneeling position, reach back, and then just open up. And then from there, we'll just bring the hand back to all fours, and tuck the toes for a little downward dog to stretch out before we go to the other side. So knees come to the floor. The left foot goes out to the side, the toes kind of facing forwards, and just that rocking backwards and forwards. If you wanted to add your little press up with the forward movement, you're welcome to. And then next time we come back up to stillness, we'll lift the right hand and sweep it underneath the left. So you come onto the right side of the head for the twist. And then pressing the left hand into the floor, or raising it up towards the ceiling, or dropping it down behind you. And then we'll reach the left arm back up and press it back into the floor to bring you back up to your all fours. So you can stretch the left leg out behind you and just rotate into the ankle. Both ways. And then just lift the head. Take a breath in, and then on the exhalation, we're using a strong breath out. And then just finding that rhythm. Another 2 of those. And then just circling the knee out to the side to open the hip. And then this is one where we're opening up, so reach the left leg back, touch the toes to the floor, let the heel come down to the floor and let the right foot swing out behind you, so you can lift the left arm. And then bring the hand back down to the floor, back to your all fours. Tuck the toes, and then a little downward dog. And just feel that you can really wake up the soles of the feet with this downward dog so that you can peel up the heels one by one. Get a nice stretch on the toes. And then slowly start to walk the feet forwards. Fold forwards so you can let the head flop and just hang yes and no, a couple of nods. Excuse me. And then coming up to standing. And from standing, we'll just lead with the elbows for some nice big circles. And then next time you reach the arms out, let's just hold the arms out at shoulder height and just turn the right palm up and the left palm down. And then just change palms, so you're turning the opposite one up and down. So it's like you're kind of reaching through the fingers. If you want to, you could go further than turning the palms up. You could turn the palms sort of up and backwards, and that means that you might have to move the shoulders of the upper body a little bit. It's just sort of an interesting feeling in the shoulders. And then bring the palms back to both facing up and raise the arms up and hands down to the heart. And then a little inside out namaste. Send the palms out so you've got the hands open. And then keep the hands together like that and bring them in towards you. As they come in, they'll kind of roll so the backs of the hands come towards each other. So your fingers are pointing into the chest, downwards, reaching towards me. Backs of the hands together. Yes, you've all got it. And then fingers back down to the floor, into the chest, all the way out into an open palm. Lovely. Coming back in, backs of the hands together, down to the floor, reaching towards me. Down to the floor, into the chest, and open palm. If you can coordinate your breath, then all the more for the brain power. Sometimes things like this are just as good exercises for the brain as they are for the body, aren't they? So just a gentle one for the wrists. We'll do it one more time. And we'll finish with our open palms. And then just let the hands come back down. And we'll roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times. And then interlace the hands behind. If you can, interlace behind. If not, take hold of a strap or scarf or something like that. Otherwise, try and have the palms towards each other and the feet about mat width. Bend the knees slightly and open up the chest. And then as you exhale, folding forwards and let the knuckles come up towards the ceiling. So the head, the crown of the head can hang towards the floor. And then slowly coming back up again. Release, have a little shake. And then we'll do it again with the fingers interlaced the other way around. So interlace the awkward way and then roll the shoulders, open up the chest. Take a breath here and then exhale to fold forwards. And coming back up. Rolling the shoulders again. And then we'll just reach up. Hold the breath in. And as you exhale, we'll do a lion's breath. So take the hands to the tops of the thighs and lion's breath all the way down to a forward fold. And coming back up. And I'll just show you as you come up next time, I'll just demonstrate it. So as you come up next time, you could keep the hands on the thighs and straighten the hands. Keep the breath holding out and tuck your chin in, tuck your belly in, and it will kind of create a vacuum in your tummy, and it's really nice detoxifying action, if you can kind of get that. And then whilst you have it held in, you can try and pump the belly, which we might have done in class before. See how you go. If you want to just do the lion's breath and hold the breath out, that's fine. I'll talk you through it. So inhale to reach up and hold the breath in a little bit. And then take the hands onto the top of the thighs. Lion's breath all the way out. Then hold the breath out and straighten the arms. Draw the belly in, tuck the chin in, and just hold the breath out as long as it's comfortable. And then release the belly and breathe in again, come back up to standing. Eyes can focus on the floor if you're feeling a little dizzy. We'll go again, so inhaling to reach up. Take the hands to the thighs and lion's breath out. Hold the breath out, straighten the arms, tuck the chin. Let the belly come in, and if you want to, you can kind of try and pump the belly forwards. And then let the breath out, coming back up to standing. So just a little bit of getting the fire going in the belly. And then we'll just come back down again, because I think, oh no, let's do a little side stretch and then we'll come back down, because we didn't quite do the sides much, so just a little, keep the hands together. And then up to the centre and over to the other side, a little half moon. Coming back up. And then we'll exhale to fold forwards. And then we'll come down to kneeling. So kneeling up we'll do. And it's a kneeling salute. So the hands come together and we'll do 3 big circles. So there's a variation of a moon salute as we're coming up to the full moon. We'll settle with the hands in Namaste. And then take the right foot forwards and a little bit out to the side so you can keep your balance. And then open up the right palm, so you're reaching the right palm forwards and out and behind you. And then exhale to bring the hands back together. Left hand does the same. We'll do it one more time each side. Right hand reaching out. And just have a sense of how that gesture feels. Reach both hands up towards the ceiling once the palms are together. And then exhale the hands down to the floor, inside the front foot. And then just gently rocking backwards and forwards once you're in that lunge. Just exploring the sensation in the hips. And then coming forwards, and we'll stay in that forwards position and bring the foot back to kneeling. Sit back on the heels and look between the hands. And then we're going to draw the chest low through the hands, so kind of creeping forwards, chest comes between the hands, and then press up. So you arch the back and roll all the way back. It's called a rolling cat, so we kind of sneak forwards and then arch the back, sit back on the heels. Look between the hands, come low between the hands, press up and sit back. And this next time that you come forwards, we're coming all the way to lie on the floor. So you're in a little baby cobra and you lift the head and the chest and exhale to lower. And then we're going to take both hands together and send both hands ahead of you in Namaste and let the forehead come to the floor. So you're doing this sort of salute to the earth. And then kind of trust what I'm saying, because it's difficult to look at the screen right now. So rolling onto your left hand side so that you come onto your back. And your right arm will kind of drag across you out to the side. And it's like you're in just a really gentle twist. We'll roll back onto the tummy. And then roll onto the right hand side. And let the left arm kind of flop out as well. And roll back onto your tummy. We'll do it one more time each side. Just really slow, kind of lazy feeling with the body, like you're unfolding onto the floor. Back to the tummy. And then the hands come underneath the shoulders and press back to your child's pose and just sit in child's pose for a moment. And then just lifting lifting the head and coming back up to kneeling. And then we'll be kneeling up high. And we'll bring the hands back to the heart. So we'll do it again on the other side. We'll do 3 big circles. I hope you all have enough room in your house for that kind of rolling around. Hands will settle together at the heart, and then step the left foot forward. And then inhaling here, and as you exhale, reach the left palm forwards, out and behind you. Back together. Right arm reaches out. Do it one more time each side, like this, like a gesture of giving, I suppose, isn't it? From the heart. And then with the hands together, reaching up and overhead. And then hands come down inside the front foot, rocking backwards and forwards. After this next one, we're going to come back to kneeling. So bring the front knee back and sit back on the heels, looking between the hands. So we're going to do that rolling cat 3 times. Drawing the chest down through the hands, pressing up and arching the back as you sit back on the heels. And then twice more. The next time that you come forwards, come to lie on the floor like a little baby cobra and lift up the head and the chest and lower. And then we'll send both palms forwards in our prone namaste with the forehead on the floor. And use that connection of the third eye space with the earth to empty out the busyness in the head. Just let all that energy ground. And then we'll do our little rolling twist. So rolling over to the right hand side. And back to the center again. Off to the left hand side. And back to the center. Back to the other side. And to the center. And then hands come underneath the shoulders and press you up so you can sit back in child's pose. So we'll come back to the tummy for a couple more for back strengthening. I'll lie sideways for that one. So you can bring the forehead onto the hands and fold the heels up so that the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. And then we're just going to lift one foot at a time so that the sole of the foot is reaching up towards the ceiling. And you could try both feet together if you like. And then let the feet rest down. Keep the forehead on the hands, and then lifting the upper body, so the elbows and the forehead lift up. So it's like the head is connected to the hands and you lift up everything. Or if that doesn't feel very comfortable, then you could do it with the hands reaching behind you and the palms pressing down on the floor. And then bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, press back up to sit back on your heels. Final time in child's pose. And this time you could have the hands down by the feet. And then coming back up. We'll do one on the back as well, a bit of a deeper twist. So lying down on the back. When you lie down on the back, let the knees be bent and the feet on the floor, and just let the back settle to begin with. So you could just tilt the tailbone up and down a couple of times, or just see how the back feels. And it's a nice opportunity now, if this is kind of our last position, to think what you would like to finish on. I'm suggesting a twist because I love to finish on twists. You might not particularly feel that you want that. Maybe you want a bridge or something, or hug the knees in. So see what you'd like to finish with. So whatever you choose, doing both sides or just following the breath with it. If you are doing a twist, you could come up and over to the other side. And coming back to the centre. And then back up to seated. I was going to finish with a little practice. It's a mudra practice, which is a gesture with the body and with breathing. I love the description of this. This is passed to me by my teacher this week. So I just have to read it out to you. It says it's for emotional balance, which is quite handy at the moment for me. Essential at times when one is upset or worried and doesn't know what to do, or when one feels like screaming, yelling and misbehaving. So if you feel like that, this will be handy. So you get the hands and you tuck it. You keep the thumbs in. You tuck the palms of the hands in under the armpits. So you've kind of already got this puffy kind of position. Then you scrunch the shoulders up towards the ears and you tuck the chin down. And I think as well a gentle pelvic floor lift would be quite good. So this is the position, and what it says is that your breath will naturally slow down in this position. So we'll hold it for a couple of minutes, see how you go. If it feels uncomfortable, come out of it whenever you need to and just sit or lie. You can keep the inner eye gaze at the third eye space. Keep monitoring your experience, whether you want to stay in the position. Just about another 8 breaths, I guess, a nice long, slow 8 breaths. And then just let the shoulders release. Let the hands just rest on the legs. And you can kind of just ease the neck out a little bit. And then we'll come down to Shavasana and just lie on the back for the last few minutes. Let the body just flop. And you can come back into this sense of the heart breathing the body. The heart being at the helm. This super important message center that knows exactly what is right for us at any time. So we're just giving it an audience by allowing the focus to rest with the heart. And just taking some nice deep breaths, wiggling the fingers and toes and just waking back up again. And you can very slowly just come up and over onto your side. And back up to seated whenever you're ready. rub the palms of the hands back together. And maybe you could just take the palms of the hands over the eyes with a little bit of gentle pressure. And then maybe just massaging into the scalp or around the face or the shoulders. Just bringing you back into your body a little bit. And we'll finish with the palms reaching up in Prana Mudra. And bringing the hands together at the heart. Namaste.